Basically, what got me interested, I'm a big sports fan, and so you see all the coverage, hundreds of millions of dollars of taxpayers' money being requested for stadiums across the country, for stadiums that are replacing stadiums that are just a few years old, billion-dollar projects. And what got me interested is trying to figure out, first of all, why that's the case, why costs seem to be so much higher today, and second of all, what role subsidies played in that, if any. I think that the worst example, and this is not just because I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, is the home of the San Antonio Spurs. In 1993, San Antonio built the Alamo Dome, and they paid $258 million in taxpayer money to build the Alamo Dome. The Spurs were their primary tenant. That was it. And from the beginning, the Spurs claimed this is not a permanent home for us. We don't like it. The sightlines are bad. It's too big, whatever. 6 years later, they have a referendum on the ballot for a new stadium to replace the one that's only 6 years old. They win their referendum. By 2002, they have what was then called the SBC Center, now the AT&T Center, built, again at huge cost to taxpayers. And that was completed in 2002. Here we are now in 2007, and we have officials from the Spurs and from the venue itself who are claiming that they need the venue tax that funds the arena to be extended for another $164 million in projects so that they can compete. And they say, we can't have the best stadium around unless we have this money, and we can't field a competitive team if we don't have this money. And so I think that that's one of the worst examples that I've seen. I think another example, and again, there's a small amount of bias, I suppose, but as a Pistons fan, the Detroit Pistons play in a building called the Palace of Auburn Hills, and it was finished in 1988. It was constructed almost entirely at the cost of the owner. It's been renovated several times since then at the cost of the owner, and the Pistons seem to be doing just fine fielding a competitive team and having a venue that many people agree is one of the best in the league, despite not getting this infusion of taxpayer dollars. And so I think that there are definitely examples where stadiums have been built with private dollars that are just fine, that don't need the taxpayers to chip in to fund millionaires and billionaires in their enterprises.